Hello everyone! Today I become the president of a small country and started to carry out reforms to improve life in it. But now I'm an opposition leader in another country with a totalitarian regime and I'm trying to change the system. But something doesn't work out. You ask, how it is all possible? And I will answer. Freedom, a free mobile phone game in which you will have an opportunity to become both president and opposition leader who wants to take the highest position in the country. But there is one thing, the game is not ready yet. But about everything in order. You know, I'm interested in politics, so to speak, and I really like to create games. And I thought, why not combine pleasant with politics, but take from it only those moments that players will like. For example, to fight for power. After all, each of us would like sometimes to depend on his decisions, even if it happens in an ordinary game. The fact that the game will be political and it will need to fight for power is understandable. But how will all this possible? To answer this question, I went into my favorite paint program and tried to draw what it would look like approximately. Watch and listen. At the very beginning, we choose who we will play for, the state or the opposition. In order to get new emotions from the game every time, such characteristics as support, country mode, and so on will be randomly generated before the game starts. The date will be displayed in the upper left corner. The player's goal is to stay in power as long as possible, playing for the president, and to capture it as soon as possible, playing for the opposition. The country's budget is located in the upper right corner. Money from this budget can be spent both for the personal goals of the president and for the needs of the people. At the bottom in the left corner there is a button. When clicked, a window opens with information about the current situation. What is the support? How many days have passed since the start of the game and others, as well as all kinds of decisions that affect the rating and not only. There are solutions that are always available, and there are those that are activated at a certain point in time. For example, the decision to build a zoo is always available and with a certain degree of probability will increase the rating of the president. And the decision to disperse the demonstration is activated when the demonstration takes place, and its dispersal may shake the rating of the state. How to find out about holding a demonstration or see what through the construction of the circus game? Everything is very simple. After each decision or event that happened, a new summary is displayed on the screen, where it clearly states what happened and what effect that event brought. Each factor influences the decisions made. If democracy is flourishing in the country, then it's easier to hold a demonstration, and the president doesn't need to be our town at all, because you can raise the rating and win the elections. But there are difficulties here. Usually democratic countries are developed and their budget is replenished very quickly. Therefore the state can spend a lot of money on to maintain your rating. In countries with totalitarian or authoritarian regimes, things are more complicated, but you will have to find out as soon as the game becomes available. I hope you have formed an approximate understanding of what the game will look like and what will happen in it. So, I suggest switching to Unity and I will tell you how I implemented some part of the function and why I didn't implement the rest. In almost every video I spent a lot of time telling how I write code. Something tells me that this is not the case. But in order to find out, I want to hear your opinion in the comments. Keyboard, write the one who wants to see the code parsing in the video. Mouse, write the one who doesn't want to see the code parsing in the video. So, first of all, I decided that the game should be filled with animations and smooth flights. So, almost every object has its own animation. I started the development with a menu that I personally really like, for which I drew the name of the game and a couple of buttons, and also implemented rain using particle. Then I made a beautiful transition from the menu to game itself, and began to implement what I recently described to you, and as a result I got the first raw version of my game. So far, you can just look at smooth animation in it and no more. But why is it so? I haven't posted a video for 2 months, and the goal of 1000 subscribers hasn't gone away. So, I decided to post a video in which I will tell you about this game, and you may tell me ideas for it in the comments so that it's even cooler. After all, you will then play it. I am finishing this first video about my new game. I hope I have interested you and you will look forward to its release. But my close with you. Bye everyone!